Miss James McKinley Lee Jr. You're muted, sir. Can you unmute your device?
Hello.
Hi. You're James Lee Jr.?
Yes, I am.
Is that your client?
Yes, Your Honor, and
Can
I
you
will
speak
need
to
to, yeah, I'm just speak to him a breakout.
Okay, Mr. Lee, when your attorney is finished in the courtroom, she'll log in to meet with you privately, okay?
Okay.
Okay, thank you. On the record in the matter, the people of the state of Michigan versus Harvey Jesse Edwards, file number is 22-00337. And counsel pass.
Good morning, Your Honor. Andrea Lacey appearing on behalf of the people.
And Assistant Public Defender Sarah Donnelly on behalf of the defendant Harvey Edwards III, who is standing to my right.
Mr. Edwards, how are you today? Not so good, huh? Because you're supposed to be here at 8. I'm sorry?
I'm sorry about that.
I couldn't hear what you said.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It seems he had ride troubles.
Okay, you were waiting on a ride to get you here? You gotta speak up. We got a court recorder here. She has to hear what you're saying and she's gotta write it down. Okay, you had ride issues this morning, sir?
Yes.
Okay. You were scheduled for a jury trial.
Your Honor, yes, we had it scheduled for a jury trial last week. I had contacted the court about entering a no contest plea, and so I believe the court had it changed to a plea today.
Oh, okay, it says jury trial on here, so is he still moving forward with the plea today?
Did you want to move forward with the no contest plea, or did you want to have your jury trial? You want to have your jury trial? Your Honor, at this time, yes, he would elect to have his jury trial date, so
I'll give you a jury trial date.
thank you.
Okay, I need to explain to you very clearly, Mr. Edwards. You can't be late on jury trial day. We gotta call in a jury by a certain time. So
Yeah, I'm gonna ask for
the number?
Yeah.
So you gotta be here in person for jury trial. Okay? March 29th. March 29th at 8 AM, okay? Do you have any questions?
Your Honor, just for the record, if I may.
Yes.
I had agreed to the no contest plea in lieu of the jury trial this morning. I did let the witness know that there was supposed to be a plea being taken this morning. So at this time, I'm going to withdraw any offers, and if he wants to plead on the date of jury trial, he's going to have to plead as charged.
Oh, sounds good. Any additional matters for the record?
None from the people.
None from defense. Thank you, Your Honor.
We'll see you on March 29th at 8 AM. You have a seat there. We'll get you a copy of your notice to appear, sir.
Yeah.
Judge, I'm kidding.
Morning, is this Keith Gaines?
Yes, sir.
Got you checked in. We'll get your case called here shortly, okay?
Thank you.
Morning, who's on the iPhone?
Oh, sorry.
Good morning, who who just joined us from an iPhone?
Derek Riley.
And Tamia Williams.
Hey, Ms. Williams, this is your attorney speaking. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir.
They're offering you a civil infraction impeding traffic. You good with that?
Yep.
All right, we're good.
Russell Keith.
I represent this.
Was on there. About Mike.
That's Proper. Worth. Oh.
Good morning, is this Michael Worth?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Worth, do you have an attorney?
No, sir.
Okay, Mr. Worth, we're gonna have you placed in a private meeting room with the prosecutor as soon as she's available, okay?
Yep, sound good. Thank you.
Mm.
Okay. All right. There you go. Hey, Derek. Can you hear me, Derek? You can unmute yourself.
Yes, I can hear you.
No, not
Yes.
necessarily. Derek Riley. Yeah, you can hear. Okay. All right. Derek, since there's a jury trial this afternoon, they're adjourning your probation violation hearing, and I've already set this for a final pretrial jury trial. So the court has
Oh,
set the
yeah.
final pretrial.
Yep, the door frame. Yep, they got that refixed. Wait, I can't hear you. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Hold on. All right. March 29th at 8 a.m. We're gonna do the final pretrial and the probation violation hearing here in court, okay? And then the jury trial is gonna be scheduled for April 19th if we need it.
Okay, so I gotta show up to court.
Yes, March 29th at 8 a.m.
Okay.
And you'll get stuff in the mail.
Okay.
You're good to go.
All right. Thank you.
And like I said, that's for the probation violation, so you're not showing up this afternoon.
Okay,
All right.
but I gotta come in person, right?
Yes, we gotta come in person 8 o'clock on the 29th.
Okay. All
right.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks. Mr. Connolly, you hear me?
Yes, I can.
All right, so I got us set for a final pretrial and a jury trial date. The final pretrial will be March 22nd at 8 a.m. So we'll be here in the courthouse on that date. And if we need it, our jury trial date is April 19th at 8 a.m. And you'll get this notice to appear in the mail.
Okay,
All right. So with that, you're good.
okay, I appreciate
We'll
it.
talk to
Thank
later.
you.
Thank you.
On the record, Ms. Ali, I'm doing a matter. On the record in the matter, the people of the state of Michigan versus James Lee Jr. File number 21-03429. Council appearance.
Thank you, Your Honor. Assistant Public Defender Sarah Donnelly on behalf of the defendant James Lee Jr., who is appearing by Zoom.
Today is the date that was set for sentencing. I do have a pre-sentence report and recommendation. You got a copy of that?
I did, Your Honor.
Any reason to make updates, corrections, or deletions?
Your Honor, it was my understanding that defendant did do his fingerprints. I don't know if the court has them in the file though.
Not seeing no indicating. I do see that he did do the fingerprints.
Yes, it's my understanding that part of this pre-sentencing report is based on the fact that she could not run lean because she did, or the probation officer didn't have his fingerprints. I think that's just, though, I think that was just to determine whether he was eligible for HIDA though.
The report that I have is February 2nd. The report you have
Let me make sure on the date on this. Yes.
states here that he was provided an order for fingerprints to be completed by sentencing. I see that they were completed on the 21st, so it's likely that they did the report after they provided that to them.
Okay.
But nonetheless, it does indicate in the body of the report that he's nothing else on his criminal history.
So I didn't have any corrections. I just wanted to point that out.
Sounds good. The allocation.
Thank you, Your Honor. In regards to the recommendation, I went over the events with Mr. Lee, trying to figure out, because part of the recommendation is that the probation thinks that he would be a good fit for moral recognition therapy to identify decisions that he made and, you know, changes to his behavior so that this wouldn't happen again. Mr. Lee believes that the reasons for his decisions were, you know, he was asked by, he admitted, complete strangers, as people he didn't know, so it wasn't like he was under like pressure to say yes, but people would ask him for things concerning lottery tickets, and he had sympathy for them and he didn't say no. I do believe that is he made those decisions not realizing the consequences that he was opening himself up to, not just financially with restitution, but criminally for you know, for embezzling funds from their employer. But at the same time, what I hesitate to do is jump to something so intense as moral recognition therapy. I do believe that there are things that might be available to him, like an economic crimes program, something of that nature. Considering that this is his first offense, I would like him to be given the opportunity to have this taken off his record by being put on HIDA. I just wanted to see if maybe that was a better option for him, given his situation. He, other than that, Your Honor, he is, you know, historically, he's from Lansing. He was born and raised here. He lives with he lives by himself. He has his mother here. Who he has great support from, and he spends a lot of time with. But he's been living on his own, paying his own way for 3 years. And he lost the job, obviously, with Marathon, but he has found full-time employment. He's working at McDonald's. He has for 4 months. He does not have his diploma. He went to Everett, but he completed the 11th grade, but didn't get his, didn't graduate. So the plan is to go to LCC this summer so he can get his GED. And then with his GED, he can go into some sort of training to be a welder. That's his hope, is that he can find a worthwhile vocation that can provide for him and his family for the future. Other than that, Your Honor, like I said, he doesn't have a previous criminal history. We would ask that he be put on HIDA status and consider perhaps some counseling, or like the economic crimes program with PATS or something, or some other type of therapy. I don't believe that we're at the step right now where he would need the intense moral recognition therapy that is recommended. I do believe that, you know, he is, you know, he does have some growing up to do, but I worry about establishing such an intensive program. It's also very expensive. I don't want to set him up for failure. So like I said, I do believe that he could benefit from like an economic crimes program. But with that, Your Honor, we have otherwise no objections to recommendation. Thank you.
Thank you. Is your client seeking to make his own statement?
No, Your Honor, not this time.
Okay. The court's had an opportunity to review the pre-sentence report and the recommendation, as well as the prior criminal history. As previously indicated, there was no prior criminal history. So this being the defendant's first offense, make him eligible for status under HYTA. The court will grant that request. The recommendations for the most part of probation are appropriate, so I will make some minor adjustments here. I will order a sentence of 9 months instead of 12 months. It's probation. While on probation, Mr. Lee, you're not to engage in any assaultive or threatening behavior. You're not to purchase or possess a firearm, ammunition, or weapon of any kind. And you're not to use, purchase, or possess alcohol, marijuana, or a controlled substance unless you have a valid prescription, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
You're not to be at any bars or nightclubs while on probation, and you are required to submit to random PBTs and your analysis testing, and you're responsible for the fees for that, okay?
Okay.
At this time, I'll grant your attorney's request in order that you complete an economic crime program and follow any recommendations as made by probation. I'm also going to order that you obtain your GED or high school diploma equivalent, okay?
Okay.
You need to obtain and maintain employment and provide verification to probation. Do you have any
Okay.
questions about your probation at this time?
No, I don't.
Okay, I can't see you.
Oh, sorry.
Thank you. Okay. And so as to fines and costs, there is an amount of $298.06 in restitution that is owed to the Marathon gas station that will be ordered. 9 months of probation will amount to about $270 to $75 crime victim rights fee that will be assessed, plus a $50 state minimum cost that will be assessed. I will waive any discretionary fines and costs at this time. The total in fines and costs will be $693.06. You will be able to make monthly payments on that, okay, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any questions about your fines and costs?
No, I don't.
Okay, I have an advice or rights here that you would receive if you were in person. It says you have the right to request a hearing for early discharge from probation once you have completed half the original term ordered by the judge. You must file a motion for early termination of probation with the court. You understand that?
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
You cannot request the hearing for early termination or discharge from probation until you have completed all rehabilitative requirements and you have had no violations of probation within the 90 days preceding your request. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
You have the right to retain or hire an attorney to represent you if a hearing is necessary to review your request, but you do not have the right to court-appointed counsel if a hearing is necessary, okay?
Okay.
Lastly, if you are on probation for domestic violence, stalking, criminal sex crime, human traffic violation, or an offense where the defense was asserted of guilty but mentally ill, you would not be eligible for early termination or discharge from probation. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any questions about that?
No, I don't.
Are there any additional matters for the record?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Thank you. You're all set, sir.
All righty. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good one.
Yep.
Do I have the game file back? Okay. Did you give it back to me? That's my question, because I gave it to you after the meeting said. So unless you give it back to me, I don't have it. Okay, are we ready on work?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, we're on the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Michael Worth, file number 19-02989. Council appearance.
Morning, Your Honor, Andrea Lacy appearing on behalf of people.
Thank you, Mr. Worth. Can you unmute your device, please?
Yes.
Thank you. Please state your name for the record.
Michael Worth.
Thank you. And you're proceeding without an attorney today?
That's correct. Yes.
Okay, today was the date set for a pretrial. There was a driving while license suspended charge. This matter was adjourned because I believe he was eligible to get his license reinstated. Was he able to do that?
Yes, Your Honor, he was. And at this time, we'll be moving to dismiss.
Okay, so this case will be dismissed. Do you have any questions today?
No, ma'am.
You're all set.
Thank you very much.
Okay, we're on the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Keith Douglas Gaines, file number 19-00021 ST, council appearance.
Good morning, Your Honor. Andrea Lacey, appearing on behalf of the people.
Good morning, Your Honor. James Keithley, Assistant Public Defender, appearing on behalf of Keith Gaines, who is present via the polyphone system.
Thank you, Mr. Gaines. Can you hear me? You're muted for some reason. Did you mute him?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. Today's the date that was set for a pre-trial. There's a driving while license is suspended. My understanding, sir, is that you want to plead guilty to the charge. Is that accurate?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Can you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give is the truth and the whole truth under the penalty of perjury?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. You can put your hand down. Mr. Gaines, you have the right to proceed to a trial in this matter, and you have the right to have a jury trial. You have the right to be presumed innocent until proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. You have the right to remain silent at trial, and I have silence be used against you. You have the right to cross-examine or question any witnesses that the prosecution intends to call. You also have the right to call your own witnesses or present evidence that you believe would further a defense to the charge. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you want to plead guilty to the charge of driving while license is suspended, you have to give up all of those rights. Is that what you want to do today?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Is anybody making any promises to you to get you to waive your rights and plead guilty today?
No, Your Honor.
Is anybody threatening you at all to get you to waive your rights and plead guilty?
No, Your Honor.
Are you pleading guilty, sir, because you believe you are guilty?
I am guilty, Your Honor.
As to the charge of driving while license is suspended, how do you plead? As to the charge of driving while license is suspended, how do you plead?
Guilty, Your Honor.
Can I have a factual basis?
Thank you, Your Honor. And one minor correction. An offer was extended to Mr. Gaines today to plead guilty to an amended charge of allowing an unlicensed person to drive.
Okay.
I believe that's the same maximum penalties. The one primary difference is that it doesn't carry any points with the Secretary of State.
Okay, allowing a licensed driver.
That's correct.
Okay, and Mr. Gaines, you heard that clearly the charge was amended to allow an unlicensed driver which does not carry any points. That's what you want to plead guilty to today?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Have a factual basis. Oh, as to the amended charge of allowing an unlicensed driver, how do you plead, sir?
Guilty.
Okay, factual basis.
Thank you, Your Honor. And this will be as to the underlying charge. Mr. Gaines, on or about December 28th of 2018, were you operating a motor vehicle in or upon the area of Keystone and Pennsylvania in the city of Lansing, Union County, state of Michigan?
Yes, sir.
And at that time, did you have a valid driver's license?
No, sir.
All right, I have no further questions, Your Honor.
Any questions from the prosecution?
None, Your Honor.
Court is satisfied with the factual basis. I'll accept your plea. I find your plea to be made freely, voluntarily, and intelligently. How long has he been in custody?
Your Honor, as I believe it's been about 20 days since his arraignment in this matter. However, he has been in custody for about a month.
He does have pending felony cases. I think that is the reason for the incarceration, not the DWLS charge.
Correct. And when he was, looks like when he was arraigned, he was given a 2% bond, so. 35%. All right, give you credit, time served, and close the file. You're all set, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Okay. Ms. Templeton?
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. Which matter are you here for?
I am here for a motion to, our application to set aside for Shayna Clemens at 10 a.m.
I'm not sure why that would be set for today, but not tomorrow. Oh, sorry, I see. I'm thinking it's landlord tenant, that's why. That's not landlord tenant. Okay, one moment. Let's see, I see someone on an iPhone. One person on the iPhone has their camera on. What's your name, sir? Sir, in the kitchen? I'm sorry. Can you all hear me?
Yes, Your Honor, we can hear you.
Okay, thank you. Who's on the iPhone?
I am. I'm on the iPhone.
What's your name, ma'am?
Rashonda Alvarado.
Okay, Miss Alvarado is on one. Can you rename her, please? And who's the other person on the iPhone?
Daryl Johnson.
Okay, can you rename him as well? Okay, so I'm looking for sentencing. Whose client is that?
That's mine, Your Honor. No, I don't.
Record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Rashonda Marie Alvarado Rodriguez, file number 21-03359. Council appearance.
Morning, Your Honor, Andrea Lacy, appearing on behalf of the people.
An assistant public defender, Sarah Donnelly, on behalf of the defendant, Rashonda Alvarado Rodriguez, who is appearing separately by Simmons.
Thank you. Today was the date that was set for a sentencing. So there was a deferred sentencing agreement and there was no restitution, is that correct?
Yeah, there was restitution being requested. I have notes that this was supposed to also be set as a restitution hearing, but it's not showing up as such on the court schedule. I did attempt to contact the victim to see if I could get her here this morning because I realized that she did not get a subpoena for the restitution hearing because it did not show up in the court schedule. And I was unable to make contact with her yesterday.
Your Honor, at the last sentencing, we adjourned this because there was no subpoena for the alleged victim. So this was always set for the sentencing and restitution hearing, and it was my understanding that we were trying to subpoena them last time.
Yeah, my notes indicate here February 1st, defendant pled guilty. We set it for sentencing and to determine restitution if necessary. On February 18th, a prosecution indicated there was no restitution amount. So we set for another restitution hearing. I've noted here the victim was to appear.
Yes, Your Honor, and I did submit an email request to have that victim subpoenaed to my clerk that sends out subpoenas. Unfortunately, it looks like she missed it. I did try to talk to the victim to get her here this morning, but I was unable to make contact with her.
I'm sorry, Ms. Alvarado, are you laying down?
Yes. I'm sorry.
So I was going to be patient when you logged in with a towel on your head, but you do know this is court, correct?
I'm sorry.
Yeah, no worries. I'm gonna reset this matter. You can appear in person, and then maybe you'll know how to address the court with appropriate decorum and with appropriate clothing on. I'm not laying down. The attorneys aren't laying down. We're all dressed professionally, and we're all here for you. And you think it's appropriate to come into court with a towel on your head as if you just got out the shower and lay down during a criminal proceeding. So I think if you come in person, you might take it a little more seriously. I'll reset this matter for a sentencing and restitution hearing in person. To March 29th at 8:30. March 29th at 8:30 in person, okay, ma'am?
Okay.
Any additional matters for the record?
Nothing additional from the people, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Thank you. You're all set for today, Ms. Alvarado Rodriguez.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Okay.
This must be the one you showed me yesterday that the AG didn't respond to, correct?
Two now,
Yeah.
two.
On the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Shayna Clemens, file number 09-06057 SM, council appearance.
Morning, Your Honor. Brittany Templeton, P84761, here on behalf of applicant Shayna Clemens, who's also present via Zoom.
Thank you. Today's the date that is set for a hearing on a motion to set aside conviction. The court does have an application completed by Ms. Clemens, as well as a copy of her criminal history. There was no opinion filed by the Attorney General's office. I'm not sure if the prosecution, Ingham County prosecutor intends to opine. For malicious destruction in the building.
Your Honor, I am looking to see if we have it. When I looked yesterday, I did not see any application. I could have also been looking. It does appear, Your Honor, that we did receive the application. However, I am not able to find a letter from the Attorney General's office.
We did not receive one either.
So without their verification of the request, my office would object, because obviously they have to provide that to the court in order for the verification of circumstances to be provided to the court.
Well, the application says that they need to have an opportunity to be given, not that they have to opine. And they had the opportunity, as indicated in a court file, to opine. They've just not done so.
That's fair, Your Honor. If I don't have any records that show that this particular thing was actually submitted to them, so I don't know one way or the other.
Okay, I do have records here. It's in the actual court file, and it states here an opportunity has been given to the Attorney General and the prosecuting official to contest the application, because you have the right to, your office has the right to contest as well. So I've gotten no objection either way. In reviewing her prior criminal history, believe that she would be eligible under the statute for this expungement. So not sure why the Attorney General didn't respond, they do typically do so. They just did it in this case, but again, I do have a copy of her criminal history and she does appear eligible.
I would defer to the court at this time, Your Honor.
Thank you. Ms. Templeton, did you want to address the court as to what your client's been doing since the date of this offense?
Yes, Your Honor. So the application filed in this court was a result of a conviction from 2010. Ms. Clemens had another brush with the law in 2012, but since 2012, which we are just shy of 10 years away from, Ms. Clemens will fully admit she was making some bad decisions at this point in her life, like I'm sure many other applicants will attest to. But she quickly realized that that was not a path that she wanted to continue to go down. Since that point, she has been trying to find steady income that will be able to support her and her family. She is realizing the impact these convictions have in getting her more substantial employment, which is her hope for what will happen once these convictions are set aside. She is addressing her other convictions as well. I know my client, if the court would like, would be able to provide much more detail on what she has been doing and what she's hoping to do post these convictions.
Thank you, Ms. Clemens. Did you want to share anything with the court?
Yes, I actually am looking into getting my nursing degree. That is my ultimate goal. It's something that I wanted to do since I was young, but unfortunately those convictions have stopped me from being able to continue my schooling in regards to my nursing. I unfortunately have been turned down from jobs due to convictions that I do have on my record right now. So my goal is to try to move forward with life, not only for myself, but for my children.
Thank you. Well, again, as indicated by the court previously, you do appear to be eligible under the statute. I also believe that your behavior since at least the 2012 issue, which was just 2 years after this, it looks like you have not had any further engagement with the criminal justice system. I believe your circumstances and behavior would justify granting this application as it is consistent with the public welfare. So I will grant your application. Will be signed and dated for today. Any additional matters for the record?
No.
Nothing for the applicant.
Thank you. Thank you. You're all set, ma'am.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Good luck with nursing school.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge. Have a good rest of your day.
Same to you. That was Clemens. Okay, Alvarado, we took care of. Nobody showed up for this show class today. Is that what happened? Okay. Mr. Keith, are you representing anybody on here?
Captain Miss Williams.
Okay. Tamia Williams. We're on the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Tamia Marie Williams, file number 21-01870 ST. Council appearance.
Morning, Your Honor. Andrea Lacey appearing on behalf of the people.
Good morning, Your Honor. James Keithley, Assistant Public Defender, appearing on behalf of Tamia Williams, who is present via Zoom.
Thank you. Today's the date that was reset for a pre-trial. This matter was adjourned to allow the defendant to get a license. How are we proceeding today?
Thank you, Your Honor. At this time, an offer was extended to Ms. Tamia Williams to accept responsibility to an amended charge for impeding traffic. My understanding is Ms. Williams is going to accept that offer.
Ms. Williams, the offer is was amended to impeding traffic. It's a 0-point civil infraction, punishable with just a court fine. It's not a criminal action. Did you want to accept responsibility today?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. The fine is $125. When can you make payment?
Okay.
Okay, do you want to make payment today online, or do you want to come up in person and make payment?
I'll do it online.
Okay, you're all set.
Thanks. So I don't have any more tickets.
I can't speak to that if she has tickets. Let me look it up in the system.
I just want to be sure I got everything clear.
There may be a suspension on this. Is there a suspension on this?
Didn't see one listed in the file when I checked yesterday, Your Honor.
Yeah, we'll double check. Pay them. Looks like you do have some more tickets, ma'am. You have a seatbelt and a failure to yield. She owes them, all right? There's a disposition.
She owes 210 on the failure.
Those are also.
I'm sorry, ma'am.
I said, when I spoke with Secretary of State, last time we adjourned, it was based on if I could get my license back. Secretary of State has told me every time I went to them that, no, I can't get my license back until my driving record is completely cleared. I'm sorry, what was that?
Okay, Ms. Williams, looks like you have a failure to yield.
It was a car accident. That's how I got the seatbelt ticket too. It was all in one day in 2019, 2020.
Well, the disposition is from 2021, but you owe $210 on it at this point.
On both of those tickets together or each?
Nope, I just said failure to yield. You owe 210 on that one.
Okay.
You also have a seat belt that you owe 138 on.
Okay, that's what I was trying. I never was told prices or if I was paying the tickets or if I was going back to court for them, nothing. That's why I was double checking before we.
Okay. You also owe some money on a failure to display a valid license.
Okay. I'll just come down there and set up a payment method for all of them then, but I will pay the 125 today.
Okay, you'll pay the 125 today. This is what I also will do. Here, hold up. There were some penalties. So on the failure to yield, because you didn't pay them, they added a couple of penalties. There's a $25 penalty, a 20% late fee, and I'll waive both of those.
Thank you.
Fees. On that one, so that'll save you $60 on this file. On the failure to display valid license. Yep. I don't know that you have a penalty on that one. Looks like the penalty was already waived on that one. And then on the seat belt, you have a $23 late penalty plus a $25 suspension. I'll waive those two as well, okay?
Okay, thank you so much. I never that's why I was just trying to double check before I got off.
Yeah, it looks like you defaulted on them, so that's why you weren't provided an amount. I mean, you didn't appear to court on those days. So nonetheless, when you can make a payment plan on those, how are you gonna come in person to make that payment plan, ma'am?
Yeah, I'm gonna come in person to make the payment plan, but as soon as we get off of here, I'm gonna go pay that 125 online for this court.
Sounds good. All right, you're all set then. Thank you, ma'am. Russell Keith Jr. Does he have an attorney?
Error was not Mr. Keith Jr. Your Honor.
Are you ready on him?
Yes, Your
Mr. Keith Jr. Russell Keith Jr., are you there? Who represents Daryl Johnson?
I do, Your Honor.
Are you ready on Mr. Johnson?
I am.
Okay, we're on the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Daryl Johnson. File number 21-02722 ST, council appearance.
Morning, Your Honor, Andrew Lacey, appearing on behalf of the people.
Assistant Public Defender Sarah Donnelly on behalf of the defendant Daryl Johnson, who is appearing separately by Zoom.
Thank you. Today was the date that we reset the pretrial. I think there was a body cam request pending. Did you get your body cam video?
Your Honor, that was, I believe Ms. Lacey was requesting that. I have not received a copy of it yet.
Okay. How are we proceeding at this time, Ms. Lacey?
Your Honor, as far as I have been aware, I was in contact with the officer. I don't believe there is any footage of this incident. I know that it was requested to determine whether or not this particular thing took place, but I provided everything that I have with regards to this case to Ms. Donnelly at this time, and there's no body cam footage that I'm aware of. So I would defer to her at this time.
Your Honor, at this time, I can't recall if we've had an offer yet. I also note that we're getting close to the ORV permitting season, which starts on April 1st. So I'm hoping that we can still reach a resolution on this matter without going to jury trial, but at this time, I would set it for a final pretrial in April. At which time, if we have an offer, we can take it, or we can set it for, or we can have a jury trial.
Okay, well, I would imagine, well, this was that one that was originally set as a city file, and then it was adjourned because the prosecution didn't have a ticket. So I don't know that you all have had an opportunity to have meaningful discussion on a resolution. I don't know what would be offered, but I would imagine something could be done to resolve this short of calling jurors on an ORV and registered. But I will let that be dealt with you all off the record. I'm happy to set it for another pretrial versus a final pretrial.
Okay, Your Honor, that'd be okay. Like I said, if we could do that in April.
You can do April 5th at 9:30. April 5th at 9:30. Do you have any questions, Mr. Johnson?
No, ma'am.
Any additional matters for the record?
Nothing further from the people.
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Thank you. You're all set, Mr. Johnson. We'll see you on April 5th.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Russell Keith Jr., can you hear me? Okay, Mr. Keith, you're muted. Can you unmute, please?
Yes. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you a little low, though.
All right. Is this
Okay,
better?
that's better. That is much better. We're on the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Russell Dwayne Keith Jr., file number 21-03164 SM, council appearance.
Good morning, Your Honor, Andrew Lacey, appearing on behalf of the people.
Good morning, Your Honor. James Keithley, Assistant Public Defender, appearing on behalf of Mr. Keith Jr., who is present via Zoom.
Today's the date set for pretrial. How are we proceeding on this?
Thank you, Your Honor. There was no offer extended in this file. We would be asking that it be set for a final pretrial and jury trial. I did speak about this with Ms. Lacey from the prosecutor's office. Mr. Keith Jr. is set for a preliminary examination with, if not exactly the same complaining witness, at least a related complaining witness towards the end of next week. If possible, we could try to get it set for the same date at that time. If not, just any other final pretrial date, Your Honor.
Pretrial the same date as the exam?
Yes, Your Honor.
That's fine. March 25th at 8:30. Oh, okay, March 25th at 8:30. Okay, and jury trial. We can do April 19th at 8. April 19th at 8 a.m.
Your Honor, if I could request a different date.
Oh,
I have a family matter that day.
but it's probably gonna be in May, no? May 10th. May 10th at 8 AM. Okay. Did you hear that date, Mr. Keith?
May 10th, was that correct?
That's correct, and your other date is March 25th, but it sounds like you're gonna be here on another matter anyways, okay?
All right.
Do you have any questions?
How will that affect me working?
I'm not sure how that affects you working. I can't answer that.
Your Honor?
Yes.
I think what Mr. Keith is referring to is the fact that he's actually also set for a probation violation and probation violation arraignment this afternoon.
Okay.
I don't know. I was going to be requesting an adjournment of both of those hearings.
We're adjourning everything at 1:30 anyways, because of the trial, so that's what he wants to know, how that affects his working?
I believe his concern was trying to figure out whether he would be going to jail as a result
Oh,
of probation
okay.
violation.
Okay, we're resetting your probation violation, sir, because we're about to start a jury trial, okay? We can
Okay.
give you a new date. We'll give you the new dates now. You were gonna request an adjournment for how long?
Well, Your Honor, the new violation is essentially, from what I can tell, picked up both my case and the pending felony matter.
Okay,
So I was
so
going to be-
the resolution of that. Oh.
Sorry, I'm just getting ready to write down these dates. Yes, I'm in the middle of it.
Okay, we're gonna reset your matter right now for April 5th at 1:30. However, if it's a felony file that's pending.
He does.
If the felony is going to continue to the circuit court, then that date may get changed, okay?
All right. So as of now, I wrote down April 5th.
Correct. At 1:30.
At 1:30?
We'll
Okay.
send, at 1:30, we'll send you a notice in the mail. Do you have any other questions, sir?
Not at this time.
Thank you. You're all set.
I'm done for the day
You
here.
are done for the day. Yeah, that's correct.
All right, thank you. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Same to you. Who's representing Crystal Jackson? Nobody?
Oh, Crystal Jackson was declined.
Okay, Crystal Jackson? You're muted, so I can't hear you.
Hey, sorry. Good morning.
No problem. Good morning. Looks like you were denied court appointed counsel, so are you gonna represent yourself? I didn't hear you. Sorry, issue. She gonna need-
Yes, ma'am.
Your service is not that great, Miss Jackson.
Can you hear me
Okay, that's
now?
better. Yes, you're gonna represent yourself, ma'am?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, I'll have the prosecutor meet with you privately, okay?
Okay.
Okay, and Ms. Smith, APA Smith, which matter are you here for?
Good morning, Your Honor. Miss Walsh's no contest plea.
Your Honor, I just received an email from Ms. Walsh. She's having some technical difficulties. She appears to have the correct meeting ID, but she's getting an error message back stating that it is invalid.
I'm not sure if this is her logging in now under Aiden Aiden.
That would be her guess.
Okay, this is Ms. Walsh.
Yes, hello.
Okay, very good. need to speak to her privately?
No, Your Honor, we're all set.
Okay, I'll handle
Oh,
her
no,
and,
I'm frozen.
while Ms. Lacy goes to speak to Ms. Jackson. You said it's a no contest plea?
It is, Your Honor.
Oh, there it is. Okay, we're on the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Molly Aiden Walsh. File number is 21-02645 SM. Council appearance.
Melanie Smith on behalf of the people, Your Honor.
Good morning, Your Honor. James Keithley, Assistant Public Defender, appearing on behalf of Molly Walsh, who is present via Zoom.
Thank you. Ms. Walsh, how are you? Ms. Walsh,
Hello.
can you hear me? Hi, how are you?
I'm so sorry about that. I'm connected on the Wi-Fi now. I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. And you can hear us clearly, correct?
Yes. Thank you.
Ms. Jackson, I just added you to a breakout room. You should have received a request. Please join the breakout room. Okay, today's the date, Ms. Walsh is set for a pretrial. My understanding is that you were planning to enter a no contest plea. Ms. Smith, can you place the offer on the record?
Yes, Your Honor. If the defendant will plead guilty to an amended count 1 domestic violence under MCL 750.812, and my apologies, I might have said guilty, no contest. That is a 93-day misdemeanor and or up to a $500 fine. Then the people will dismiss the originally charged child abuse 4th degree. We would have no objection to 769.4A status, which we do believe the defendant will qualify for based on a review of her record. And pursuant to People versus Killebrew, we would agree to no additional upfront time jail at the time of sentencing on this matter. And I believe the basis for the no contest plea is potential civil liability. Child Protective Services has been involved, and to my understanding, Ms. Walsh has been participating and agreeable with them.
Thank you. Mr. Keeper.
That is a full and accurate statement, Your Honor.
Okay, and Ms. Walsh, that's your understanding of the plea offer, that you're going to plead no contest today to an added count 2 of domestic violence. There is a Killebrew, which is a sentencing agreement that you will not serve any additional upfront jail time, and that there's no objection from the prosecution for sentencing under the special status and 769.4A. Is that what you understand your plea agreement to be, ma'am?
Yes.
You want to accept it today?
Yes, Your Honor.
Can you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give is the truth and the whole truth under the penalty of perjury?
Yes.
Thank you. You can put your hand down. Ms. Walsh, you're represented by Mr. Keithley from the Office of the Public Defender. You have the right to proceed to a trial in this matter. You have the right to have a jury trial. You have the right to be presumed innocent until proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. You have the right to remain silent at trial and not have silence be used to implicate your guilt. You have the right to question or cross-examine any witness that the prosecution intends to call against you. You have the right to call your own witnesses or present evidence that you believe would further any defense to the charge. If you want to plead no contest today, you would have to give up each of those rights. Do you understand that?
Yes.
You're willing to give up those rights today, ma'am?
For the no contest plea, yes, I am.
Okay, has anybody made any promises to you to get you to waive all of those rights?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, is anybody threatening you to get you to waive those rights?
No.
Okay, and you understand that a no contest plea could result in a conviction that you may need to report to your current employer, correct?
Okay.
Do you understand that?
Can I ask, is this for a probationary term?
I'm sorry, I'm not understanding what your question is. Are you asking, is it for a probationary term?
Yeah, like I would have to report probation to my employer, or I might have to report a conviction to the employer.
You may have, I don't know what the terms of your employment is, but you may have to report a criminal conviction to your employer.
Oh,
I
yes,
don't know if
yes.
you had an opportunity to discuss that with your attorney.
Okay.
Okay. And you understand that? Do you need time to discuss that with your attorney?
No, thank you very much. I have already informed my employer of the situation.
Okay,
Thank you so much for explaining.
no problem. Are you currently on probation or parole?
No.
Okay. You also understand that a no contest plea could result in a conviction that may impact any immigration status you may be seeking?
Yes, I understand.
Okay, you wish to waive each of those rights still here today?
Correct.
As to the added count 2 of domestic violence, how do you plead?
No contest.
Thank you. And I just also want to state, because there is a Killebrew agreement, that's a sentencing agreement between you and the prosecutor. I'm not a party to that. So at the time of your sentencing, if I decide that I'm going to deviate from that and sentence you to upfront jail, I'll give you an opportunity then to withdraw your plea, okay?
All right.
Okay, I have here a police report from July 27, 2021 at 4:23 in the morning. These officers were dispatched to the area of 118 West Edgewood Boulevard, Apartment 2, which is in the city of Lansing, Ingham County, in reference to a welfare check for a 2-year-old, initials PW. The caller advised dispatch that there was concern that the minor was physically abused by their mother, Molly Walsh. And that caller reported that Molly Walsh had struck the minor after the minor had bit her several days ago, and that the minor had facial injuries. The caller reported that Molly Walsh told her that she had slapped the minor in the face several days ago. These officers were unable to make prior contact with with Molly. Looks like they did later make contact on July 20. Oh, it doesn't say the date of the contact. They later made contact with Molly Walsh and spoke with her. She stated that the minor had bit her and that she reacted to the bite by swinging her right hand toward her back, and it resulted in hitting the minor in the face. The additional factual basis.
I'm satisfied, Your Honor.
No, ma'am. That's all right.
The court is also satisfied with the factual basis. I will accept the plea and find the plea to be given freely, voluntarily, and intelligently. This matter is going to be set for sentencing on May 10th at 8:30 in the morning. Prior to sentencing, Ms. Walsh, you need to meet with probation. You need to report to them within 48 hours in person. They'll schedule your pre-sentence report and recommendation, okay?
Okay. Thank you, Your Honor.
No problem. Do you have any questions of the court at this time?
Will I be able to get a phone number provided for who I'm contacting?
You're actually reporting in person within 48
In
hours.
person?
That's what I said.
Oh. Okay, where will I be going to?
City Hall, downtown, 120 West Michigan Ave. You're gonna go to the 5th floor.
Downtown City Hall, 5th floor. Okay, and I don't have my own transportation at this time. I am able to get there for this. Will they be able to take into consideration that I don't have my own transportation and I think that's my only question. How long does it take?
I'm sorry, you said you want to know how long does it take?
Yeah, my first day when I get there, 8:30 a.m. tomorrow. How long might it take?
Just for you to set up your intake, I couldn't tell you how long it's gonna take. I don't think it takes that long, but it depends on what they got going on.
All right.
Right, you're gonna be given an application to complete, so also depends on how quickly you complete the application.
Okay.
Okay,
Thank you very much.
no problem. Any additional questions today, ma'am?
No, that's all.
Okay, you're all set. We'll see you at your sentencing.
And that will be via Zoom as well, Your Honor.
That is correct. The sentencing will take place via Zoom.
Very good. Thank you, Your Honor. Have a great day.
Thank you, same to you. Let me bring Ms. Jackson back. Thank you, Ms. Walsh. Who's on the iPhone?
Okay, here we go.
Name? Sir,
Yes, ma'am.
what's your name? Say it again for me.
Artrinia Smith.
Okay, thank you. Is your office representing him at all?
Yes, Your Honor, I represent Mr. Smith. I also have Robin Lewis here in the courtroom. We're ready to proceed on both of them.
Okay. On the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Crystal Jackson, file number 22-00508. Council, may I have your appearance?
Morning, Your Honor, Andrea Lacey appearing on behalf of the people.
Ms. Jackson might not be there. Ms. Jackson, are you still there?
I'm here.
Okay, today was the date set for a pretrial. You're proceeding without counsel today. Was there an offer extended on this?
No offer, Your Honor. Miss Jackson actually provided me with a copy of the dog's current license, so at this time, the people would dismiss the case.
This case will be dismissed. You're all set, Ms. Jackson.
Thank you. Have a wonderful day.
Same to you.
Thank you.
On the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Robin Lewis. File number 02058883, council appearance.
Morning, Your Honor, Andrea Lacey appearing on behalf of the people.
And Assistant Public Defender Sarah Donnelly on behalf of the defendant Robin Lewis III, who is standing to my right.
Today was the date that was set for a pretrial.
Correct.
Hey, how are we proceeding on this?
Your Honor, go ahead. If I don't have an offer this time, I don't know if there is one, but we can put that on the record. I would just be requesting the set for a final pretrial and jury trial.
At this time, there is no offer. If I can make contact with the victim prior to the final pretrial, then I would reach out and make an offer to Ms. Donnelly on behalf of the children.
Sounds good. We'll set this for final pretrial. Jury trial. Final pretrial, March 29th at 8 a.m. Your final pretrial is gonna be March 29th at 8 a.m. in person at the court, okay?
Yeah.
Will be April 19th at 8 a.m. Jury trial will be April 19th at 8 a.m. in the court as well in person, okay? Ms. Lewis? It is March 29th.
29th.
You're gonna get your notice to appear.
Okay. Any additional matters for the record?
None for defense.
Okay, you're all set. We'll get you a copy.
Go ahead, yeah.
Okay. Mr. Smith. On the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Artrinius Sonny Smith, file number 22-00573, SM, council appearance.
Good morning, Your Honor. Andrea Lacey appearing on behalf of the people.
Assistant Public Defender Sarah Donnelly on behalf of the defendant, Artrinius Smith, who's appearing by Zoom.
Today's date set for a pretrial. Are we proceeding to final pretrial on this one?
Yes, Your Honor. There was an offer, though, to plead is charged with no objection to sentencing under 7694A with anger management classes, and we would address the no contact order with his daughter at the time of sentencing.
That's the accurate offer.
That is accurate, Your Honor. I have spoken to the victim of this case and she does intend to participate in proceedings. And that was an offer extended with her consultation and blessing, so.
Okay, we will set it for final pretrial.
Final pretrial, April 5th at 8 a.m.
Final pretrial is gonna be April 5th at 8 a.m. in person at the court, okay, Mr. Smith?
Yeah.
Your jury trial
April 19th.
will be set for April 19th at 8 a.m. Also in person at the court. The offer will expire at the date of the final pretrial, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Any additional matters for the record?
Nothing for the people, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Okay, you're all set, Mr. Smith? Okay.